Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress. I'm recording this video in the middle of the 2016 World Championship match Carlsen-Karjakin, and I think it's high time to take a step away from that practical chess at the highest level and look at another way chess can be beautiful. I made a video on a study from Genrikh Kasparyan before. It's the Queen domination study, video number 81 on the Chess to Impress channel. And this is another gem that I will show you today. It won only 4th prize in the Chess in the USSR magazine from 1935, and I will do my best to get my hands on those first 3 prize winners, because if they are more beautiful than this one, then they must be quite something, because this is a classic. White to play and win. Let's have a look at the position. Black is 2 exchanges up, 2 rooks for bishop and knight, but it's clear that the black king is in trouble. It doesn't have many squares, and white is going to checkmate the king, and the way he does that is absolutely wonderful. First move is knight e8. Makes sense, it brings knight g7 check in the position, and that's an important move. Of course, white will need all his pieces to attack the black king. If black does nothing special, just makes a silly move like rook g1, then there's mate in 2, knight g7 check, king g6, and bishop f5 checkmate. Nice checkmating pattern with bishop and knight. Okay, so black has to do something special. The first thing he can try is king g6. Then the only way to win for white is to get his pawns involved. h5 check. If you take it with the king, then we have the same checkmate as we just saw with knight g7 check, king g6 and bishop f5 checkmate. The only other move that is legal is rook takes h5, and that's what black plays. Then the other pawn comes into action, f5 check. And we only have one move that is legal, and that's rook takes f5. So I guess you feel what's coming. Those 2 rooks are now taking flight squares away from the king. But we're not there yet. g4, the 2-pronged fork. The little pawn forks both rooks. But how is this going to be checkmate? Well, let's see. Black can only play with his rooks now, so for example he plays rook e5. Then we get to the solution. Bishop f5 check is the only way to win. You have to play rook takes f5, and now we see the point. Knight g7. And this is one of the most famous pictures in chess. What a beautiful position. And even more, what a beautiful point. Because black has to play with one of the rooks. For example, he plays rook h1. Then there is g takes f5 checkmate. If he plays the other rook, rook f1, then there's g takes h5 checkmate. So no matter what black does in this position, the pawn will take with checkmate. Absolutely stunning. I hope you agree. I'm going to show you one more variation, because instead of king g6 there's another defense with rook takes f4 on the first move. But then we get something similar. Knight g7 check, King g6 only move. And there we go again. h5 check. Rook has to take. Bishop f5 check. Rook has to take. White lures the black rooks into those squares. And here comes the little pawn. White only has knight and pawn left against 2 rooks for black, but there's nothing he can do about it. g3, g4, and the rooks have to play, one of the rooks has to play, and then the pawn will checkmate by capturing the other rook. Wonderful composition, Genrikh Kasparyan, 1935. Unbelievable that this only won 4th prize in that competition. It shows the standard of chess problem composition, chess study composition in the former Soviet Union. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this beautiful study from Genrikh Kasparyan. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel because there will be more of this. And you can leave a comment if you want, if you liked it or if you didn't like it. This is Rick from Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.